You have to say action.
And action.
Okay.
What is that thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the arm thing.
Sharing my calendar. Okay. Does everybody see the Texas ETV website?
No, we're seeing your calendar.
Okay. Now you should see it.
Yes, we
Okay.
see the website.
All right. So gonna go to texasetv.com and you're just gonna scroll down here on the right hand side and go to ETV application. Once you get to the application page, you're gonna go to submit initial application. And then we're gonna go to log in to start. Once you're there, you're gonna go to this new user registration below the login button.
Hey, Drew, quick question.
Yes.
Would you like them to be doing this with you as you go, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So you guys go ahead and get to where he is, like open up a new tab.
Yeah, I'll go back a little bit too.
Sorry, I was just wanting to make sure that they were doing it with you that way, because I was like, oh, that's gonna be a lot to remember.
Right. And everybody knows what they're applying for right now, right? I guess I should ask that first. Everybody's good with what they're applying for today?
You might cover just an overview of what it is, what it means.
Okay, so basically ETV is a federal benefit for current and former foster youth, and it provides up to $5,000 per school year. Um, so it seems like most of you should be eligible for it. Um, so what you can spend with these ETV funds are you can spend it on school supplies, but first your funds get allocated towards your housing and your utilities. So if you're paying rent or you're paying utilities, then these funds will go towards that first and hopefully cover your rent during the semester. Um, if if you're not paying for any of those things, then the money left over will go towards your any tuition or fees that are left over after your tuition and fee waiver. And if you don't have anything there, then you can use your funds for school supplies and things like that. The one thing you cannot buy with these funds is a car. Everything else is pretty much in your hands as long as it's school related.
You can use it for like transportation, like bus pass or a bike. And if you already own a car, you can use it for the maintenance on the car, oil changes, gas, any of that stuff, even insurance. And so if you are under the SIL program, you would not be able to budget for what is paid for by SIL. So you could get a bike and a bus pass, and you can use it for computers and computer supplies. And of course that can be quite expensive in itself. And also you guys today, so you're actually going to be filling out 2 applications. So you're going to be doing one for summer 2020, if you haven't already. Now, if this is your first semester in college, you will be eligible for $1,666.66 for this summer. And again, if you're not responsible for your housing and a utility, then it would be for those other things like computer supplies, stuff like that. But for fall, I'm assuming most of you will be going to school fall and spring. Then you're going to be applying to get $2,500 in the fall and $2,500 in the spring. If you want to go year round and continue to go next summer as well, then it would go back to the $1,666.66 per semester. So you get up to $5,000 split between 2 to 3 semesters. But unfortunately, when you only go one semester in a school year, kind of like right now for you guys, but of course y'all are just starting college, then you're only eligible for the 16, 66, 66 for one semester. Any questions about any of that before Drew gets started? Did I hear a yeah in the background or no? I thought I heard somebody somewhere else.
Yeah, I think she said no questions. Does everybody kind of understand? Make sense to everybody? Okay. Oh, we have a question, Brandy.
If I filled out the 2020 for fall application,
Are you able to unmute yourself?
Yeah, can you unmute yourself? Are you on it? Yeah.
Hard to hear you.
yes,
Sorry.
I have a question. If I filled out the ETV application for 2020, am I able to do it for the summer?
So, yes. So if you would have already taken some college classes for 2020, if you haven't received your full 5,000 yet, then you can use it for summer. How many semesters have you already attended? Or do you know if you already have your full 5,000? Was that Faith?
Well, this is my second year in college already, but
Okay.
I didn't do it for the summer.
Okay, but have you already received your 5,000 for the school year? Faith? Do you know how much you've received for this school year?
No, I don't.
Okay, you know what? I tell you what, Faith, I'm gonna try to look you up on our system and see if I can see. So I would almost say for you, go ahead and start with the fall application because you already have one for this school year online. Go ahead and start with fall 2020, okay? And then we can come back and figure out what you're eligible for this summer, okay? But you won't need another application if you already have one.
So you're just going to follow the steps just like everybody. And you will, even if you applied for this school year, you will need to set up another account because we changed providers and some more technical stuff. So just go ahead and set up an account like it's your first time. Okay, so let's go to texasetv.com. You're gonna go to ETV application, then to submit initial application, and you can always let me know if I'm going too fast. Go down here to log in to start, and then to new user registration. So once you're here, you're just going to fill in your information. And once you're finished, go ahead and click submit. Everybody submit that page. Thumbs up.
Not yet. We heard not
Okay.
yet.
And actually, real quick, Faith, I actually showed that you already applied for fall. So you might just need to do your other documents, not actually the application.
Oh, and just for the summer?
So she may need to apply. You may need to apply for the summer then.
Yes, that's what I was having trouble with.
Okay. So same thing. You're going to do the same thing. And once you get to the bottom here, click submit.
Well, no, actually, I'm showing she applied for the 19-20 school year and the 20-21 school year. So for applications, she looks good to go. It just might be some of the supplemental documents she needs to do.
So she applied for the summer semester of the
Well,
2020.
she already has an application on file. We just need to see. I'm actually going to talk to Sarah right now and see if Faith, do you want is it okay if I get Sarah on the I can get Sarah to call you, and that way y'all can kind of discuss what you need versus what you don't need?
I sent her my documents last night to Sarah Humphrey.
Right. So do you, but I think you're all good with applications. Do you want me to have her give you a call and she can just make sure that you have everything in and let you know what else you might need?
Okay.
Okay. Do you mind sending me a phone number maybe in the chat, and I'll talk to her right now and have her call you? Because she's going to call you like probably right now. Okay. Sorry about that, Drew. Go ahead.
It's all right. Okay, so is everyone done with this page? The first initial page. So just make sure you remember your username, your user ID, and your password, because every year after this, you're just going to go in and update your application. So you won't have to make a new one up every year. Okay, so the next page, you're going to select the school year. And I believe first we're going to do 2019, 2020. And you're going to select the summer semester. Once you do that, go ahead and click next. So the next page is another page full of personal information. This first button here, you're going to click yes, and then fill out the rest of the information.
We did have a quick question about how ETV is dispersed. If you're using it for housing and a utility, we will be paying those entities directly. Of course, being in the bridge program, I think, if I'm not mistaken, then you guys would not be paying for housing and a utility. So then the check would come directly to you. After all of your paperwork is turned in, it takes like 2 to 4 weeks for the check to come in. We're actually working on a direct deposit option, but as of right now, it's not online, but hopefully coming up maybe by the next semester, you guys will be able to use that option. But anyway, so with you guys being in the bridge program, I would at least your summer funding should come by check to you within 2 to 4 weeks after we get all the paperwork turned in.
Do you have a permanent mailing address right now? Okay. So Brandy, one of the students brought up a really good point, is that they don't have a mailing address right now. Do you have a permanent mailing address somewhere else there, Sam? 3 hours away? Okay. What we probably need to do is get mailboxes set up here. You guys are all eligible to have like a mailbox in the student union, and you can have your mail sent there. So that could be a place, but you don't have that address yet. So I suppose you could put if the check was sent to your permanent address, can you get it? Like, would they forward it to you, or be able to deposit it for you, or anything like that? Okay, you're not sure.
I'm not sure if I even have a mailbox as a staff, because I could just get it here and then let them know, or
No, I think they probably need to send it to the students
directly to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. We want it sent to you. So even if you don't have a permanent mailing address right now, you can always come back and update the application. So if you have a trusted address that you can put for right now, that you can just put for the purposes of this application, then you can come back and change it later. But just make sure you come back and change it so that the check comes to you and doesn't go anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
whichever one you prefer. So you might need to go back in and do the action. Or you have to probably log back in to do that. But you have to make yourself a good place, so you know what I mean, like a little to-do list over there. Okay. So you would do union circle and then right here after union circle. Just, yeah, in that same spot. No, just kind of put this space and then put number 306, 511. I love that you really got your good job.
And just let me know when you're ready to move on to the next page.
Yeah, sorry, Drew. I'm walking around the room answering some questions.
Oh, no problem. Just let me know.
Is everybody else good? Okay. So, Drew, we have a student who doesn't know their social security number.
Okay.
And so they said that it won't let her move on
Right.
without it.
Just go ahead and just fill it out like I have with the zeros, and same thing. You're gonna have to come back and update your application.
Yeah, I told her to start a to-do list
Yes.
so she knows what she needs to update.
Technically, you'll be able to sign back in here to update it. And so if you can just get the number as soon as you can and come back and put that in here. Because like that's not the kind of thing we necessarily want you to email Sarah, at least not in that format, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Here's what we can do. Just you see the little hand signal on the bottom to raise your hand? Just raise your hand once you're finished with that page and you're ready to move on. No rush.
And Faith, Sarah is about to call you, and you are good on applications. You just need some of your other documents. But she's going to call you.
Okay, thank you.
Are you able to see the participants, Drew, because you're sharing your screen, or?
Yeah, I can see them.
Okay.
Okay. Is everybody raising their hand? Are we ready? You waiting on me?
I don't think they'll.
I think I still see a few more
Okay.
that are still filling out. And of course, we're not waiting on Brenda or Taylor.
Right.
So that's the only two, though, right? Just Brenda and Taylor. Everybody else is filling out, and technically Faith as well.
Yes, that's right.
And then I saw a question in the chat about disbursement of funds. So basically, checks will be sent out to whatever address you put on this request of funds form. We'll go over that form a little bit later. We are set up, or we've been given the okay to start direct deposit. I don't know how that's going to look though. I'm not sure if that's going to be ready for the summer or even the fall semester. I don't think we have all the everything in order and able to start that yet. But how it's been done in the past is you'll get a check sent directly to you for any funds that didn't go towards housing or utilities. Now, if you do have housing or utilities, then we make a check directly out to your landlord or to the utility company, and we send it straight there.
Faith, I think there's a problem with the number. So I typed it in wrong. No? Is that the correct number that you typed into the chat? And Sarah said the one you have in the system isn't working either. So is that 817 instead of 816 or 817 instead of 214? Oh, I think I see it. Never on. I'm sorry.
Okay, looks like we're ready to move on.
Are we good to go? Is everybody good?
Gracie, Robbie, are you good? Are you finished? Okay, can you? Yeah. We just weren't sure because he asked for you to raise your hand in the chat.
Did you? Oh,
Technology.
you're good. You're good to move on.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that's everybody. I think you're good to go on.
Okay.
Really quick, I'm not sure if there's a problem with Faith's phone, if it's not getting a signal. I don't know if there's a phone she could borrow. But Sarah's been trying to call her and can't reach her. So I don't know if there's another phone that Sarah can call.
You can borrow mine, Faith. Here, let's send that number real quick.
Okay. But everybody's ready to move on?
I think we are.
Okay, next page. So the next page will be your school information. So here, we're not going to need to fill out the entire everything down here. We already have your personal email address. Basically, what you're going to put in this first box is for your institution. Going to put in the school name. And then your college major. And if you don't have one, you can just put undecided. And at the bottom, I think most of you are going to be classified as freshmen.
By the way, I know it was said earlier when I was talking about checks being mailed out that you were saying some students don't have like a permanent address. If there is an address that they can send the check to, it doesn't necessarily have to be like their, especially for summer, it doesn't have to be their permanent address, but they can just tell us where to send those and we can do that to, if there's a trusted adult or someone somewhere where we can send the check to, we can do that.
Okay. Does everybody have an address, or does someone need an address for the summer? You want to do that? Okay. Randy, we only have one student, and they're going to get a mailbox here on campus.
Okay.
And go back and just update their address. But thank you.
No problem.
That's good to know, just in case we have that in the future, though.
Okay, same thing. Just raise your hand when you're ready to move on. Okay. All right, so the next page is your case manager information. So with this, whoever you list on this page, they're going to get the same correspondence that you get with your ETV coordinator. So they're gonna know all the documents that you're missing. You really want to put someone down that's I guess a trusted person, because they're going to kind of know your status with this ETV. Usually you want to put someone, usually a trusted professional, because they can help you maybe get some of the documentation.
So could they put Esther even?
Yes, yes, that would be great.
Okay. So if you guys don't have like a PAL worker that you really work with closely or anything like that, you can go ahead and put my name on there. Okay. And then sometimes when you need extra documentation, I can help you contact people across campus, like financial aid or whoever, to get the documents you need to submit. Okay. Sweeten. It's SWEETEN. Just like you sweeten the tea. It is Brenda.Sweeten@UNT.edu. No, it doesn't. You're good, Sam. Hey, Drew, does this give like Sarah permission to talk to me on behalf of the student too?
Yes, it does.
Oh, that's perfect. Because usually we send a lot of emails taking care of that.
And same thing, just go ahead and raise your hands when you're ready to move on. Okay. Okay, go ahead and unraise your hand so I know who's not ready and who is. And on this next page is the participant agreement. Go ahead and read through these boxes. You do have to check every box to move on, but go ahead and read them. Make sure you know what you're agreeing to.
I have a problem, an issue with this.
Yep.
This one says, in order to continue to receive ETV applicant, age 21 must be participating in ETV on my 21st birthday. I have not done that.
Okay. So you may not be eligible then.
I think it actually stopped it.
Right. So it does stop. ETV stops at 23, right, Drew? But you have to be enrolled before you're 21, correct?
Not well. That the 21 the 21-year-old eligibility requirement is no longer. So as long as you're between the ages of 16 and 23, you can qualify, and you get it up until the month of your 23rd birthday.
Okay.
Okay.
So if your 23rd birthday falls in the middle of the semester, your funds will be prorated for that semester. And then once you've checked all the boxes, here you can either decline to have your personal information released, or you can authorize BCFS to release information to arrange financial assistance using ETV funds. So if you're going to need BCFS to pay like rent or utilities, you're going to have to authorize.
Well, and then you also need to list there the people that Like, okay, for Brenda or Taylor, if you want one of them listed where they can talk to us or talk to Sarah about your application, and you can list them there as well.
And
any other, if you have a case manager at track that you want listed there, any other trusted adult that you are okay with having your information that they can talk to them as well, you can put them there.
So if you guys are okay with me and Taylor helping y'all with your ETV, I would put both of our names there just because sometimes I'm not available when she's available and vice versa. Okay, and because we can really help from the university side, okay, to make sure that you guys are getting all the documents that you need every time you reapply. Okay, guys? So if y'all are comfortable with that, I'm not telling you have to do that, but if you're comfortable with that, now's a good time to
Yeah.
kind of get that taken care of.
Make it easier so we don't have to jump through hoops
For
later.
sure. I got that squirrel now.
Oh, whoa! That's a huge thing. I almost ran over a squirrel.
And then also notice that if you do decline this one here, that your ETV payments may be delayed. So it may be in your best interest to authorize. You don't have to, it's your decision, but it may be in your best interest. And same thing, just raise your hand once you're ready to move on. Okay, so if you are finished, let's just go ahead and go to the next page. If you need a little bit more time, that's fine. This next page is just a review and submit page. So you're just going to review all your information and make sure it's correct. And then at the bottom of the screen, you're going to click submit. Once you click submit, go ahead and raise your hands again. As everyone's good, do we need to wait for anyone?
Anybody having any issues?
Any
No.
questions? Okay. So once you click submit on that last page, your application is in. Now, so let's go back to texasetv.com. And we're going to go over two of the documents that you need to turn in, and they're on our website, so we can get that out of the way right now as well. If your hand is still raised, go ahead and lower your hand, please. And we will go to important ETV documents at texasetv.com. So once you're there, these blue boxes on the left side of the page are some of the documents that you're going to need to submit. So this first one, the DFPS consent to release information, you've already done that. It was built into the application, so we don't need to click on that. The next one is the budget worksheet. I'm going to click on that example. I think I'm going to have to unshare my screen and then share it again. Let's see. Okay. So don't click on the example, because I'm gonna show the example of the budget worksheet on my screen. Go ahead and click on the budget worksheet. So for Faith, I'm not sure how you're gonna fill this out yet. I guess you need to talk to Sarah first about the summer semester, because I'm not sure of the funds you've accessed so far this school year. But for everyone else, if this is the summer semester is your first semester, we're going to budget for $1,600
And $66.66.
Right. So now, don't make sure you're not overwhelmed by this budget worksheet. This is just a plan for how you plan to spend the funds. It doesn't have to be exact, and you can always come back and change it if your plans change in any way throughout the semester. So if you know that you're going to have to pay for room and board, and you know who your landlord is right now, you can go ahead and put that information in. Same thing with utilities. We don't know how much our electricity bill is going to be for the semester, right? You can just put a ballpark amount. The main thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we total $1,666.66 for the summer semester. So just make good estimates. Doesn't have to be exact.
I just want to make note really quick. I just put in the chat Sarah Humphrey's information because you guys are going to be going to University of North Texas. Sarah Humphrey is your coordinator for ETV. So once we're done today, if you have any questions about your application or anything else you might still need, she is the one you need to contact. So I gave you both her email address and her phone number. And she's the one that when you complete all these documents, just go ahead and email it straight to her. Oh, sorry, I did it twice.
And same thing, when you're done with the budget worksheet, just go ahead and raise your hand and let me know if you need any help with anything.
Yeah. From where?
You know, and just really quick, and I'm sorry, I might have, I've had a few things going on the side over here. I might have missed Drew saying it, but just to remind you guys, this is an estimate. It's not, doesn't have to be exact numbers. Just put down what you think you will spend. And again, as long as it's an allowable expense, it's okay. So if you have a car already and you need to use it for insurance, you can put down the amount of insurance, the amount of fuel. Just it has to add up to $6 for summer. You're going to be putting all this in the summer column, and it's got to add up to $1,666.66. And if you need a computer, a lot of people use it for computer and computer supplies, because, you know, if you buy a nice laptop, you're going to need a nice bag to carry it around in. You might need an extra power cord, you know, just anything you might need for your computer. You could put that as computer and computer supplies. And that often, especially the $1,666.66, that will eat that up really quick.
Does anybody need help with their budget?
I'm sorry?
I was just asking if anybody needed help with their budget.
Oh.
I hate when it happens. You're 15 years old. But you have subsidy.
And Faith, I just wanted to check in with you. Were you and Sarah able to talk about what you would need for summer, if anything?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Hey,
Thank you.
So you can go ahead and fill these out for fall if you haven't done it already. For fall and actually, you would probably do fall and spring, or if you're going to go year round, you can do fall, spring, summer.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Brandy, quick question.
Yes.
I have a student in here who was adopted at 15. That means they would not be eligible even though they have the tuition fee waiver, correct?
Correct. Yeah. Unfortunately, if it's even a day before their 16th birthday.
God, I hate those rules.
I know, and then it's also kind of makes you wonder why they just didn't make them wait till their 16th birthday. But yeah.
Or why someone didn't say, hey, listen,
Yeah.
this. Yeah. No, I totally,
Yeah.
I get that. That's a worker issue. I know you're going to work on that for us, right?
Yeah. I know as a caseworker, I would have never allowed that. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I'd have said, nope, you're waiting. The day you turn, we can schedule it for the day you turn 16, but not a day before if they were that close.
So what I would say is under computer supplies, you know, the document for that.
So Brandy,
Yes, sir.
So once they're finished with the budget worksheet and the request of funds, we're going to go back to the application. And are they going to update their application to fall and
Yes.
spring? Okay.
That's what I'm hoping will happen, because I'm thinking since all their stuff is in there, they can just sign back in and update.
Right.
And
Okay.
then we can kind of just let them, you know,
Yeah, let
we're
the
basically just
coordinators.
turning it back in.
Okay.
What's that? Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting we're recording. But
So the coordinators will get it as two separate applications, like the first
yes.
application. Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure.
But no, it's good you're doing it this way. That way they can get summer taken care of, and then, you know, fall will be much easier because they've already done it once. But I think it would be too confusing doing two at the same time.
Yeah. And just remember to put those hands up so I know you're ready. Let's move on.
I think this is the one that everybody, like, it even trips me up because it's just hard to come up with the numbers.
Right. Yeah.
I'll tell you, if anybody is going to be buying a computer, you could always put like $1,500 for a computer, and then $166.66 for computer supplies. If you kind of want an easy way out there for summer.
Right.
It's not going to be that easy for the fall, but for summer.
Right. Don't think too hard about it. This is just a plan, and plans can change. So
I have a question. I think
Yes.
you might have just touched on it, but I was talking with a student. If he's allocating things to his budget, and then is going to spend it differently, does he have is he able to do that, or what does that look like?
So here's the situation. When you put down what you're putting for your budget worksheet, you are on an honor system. You are supposed to stay as close to the budget as you can. Of course, things come up. The $1,500 laptop you had planned to buy maybe went on sale, and now it's only $1,200. So we at ETV hope that you will spend that $300 in a responsible way towards school.
Mm-hmm.
But we do not require receipts. So
Okay.
we wouldn't necessarily know what you bought. But again, we want this to go towards school and to help you stay in school and to help you be successful.
Okay.
So it's on your honor to spend it as you say you're going to spend it.
Okay, cool. He was wondering because he has, through our program this summer, he has most of those costs covered with housing, tuition and fee on the waiver. We covered textbooks, so he's just wondering, what do I do with this, and how does that work? So that's
right.
Great.
Let me give you an example of a student that I know that's doing really well. She's a sophomore at Texas State, and she's getting her Pell Grant. She's using ETV funds. She is also in extended care, and she's working 2 jobs. So she doesn't have to pay for any housing or utilities, and she's working 2 jobs. She's saved up over $20,000 already as a sophomore.
Wow.
So ETV, of course, she's spending ETV towards school first, and she's able to save all the money that she makes on her job.
Okay. Great. That's a great deal.
Right? As long as I don't put like $1,666, 66 cents on top. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. As long as I don't do that.
Yeah, as long as you don't do that.
Are we just doing the 1,600 for this or is it like the 1,600 all at
Is anybody needing any help with your summer budget worksheet?
I think we're still working on budgets, Brandy.
Okay. If y'all need any suggestions, just let me know.
Okay.
Because everyone always overthinks this and gets real nervous and worried, and
Don't overthink it.
yeah, don't overthink it. Especially this one for 16, 66, 66. It's
And if you're unsure of the cost of some things, you can always do a quick Google search and just find a round figure that's easy to add up. Don't, it doesn't have to be to the penny.
Faith, are you all good for your fall and spring budget worksheet? Did you need any help with that?
Yeah, I was able to finish that.
Okay.
Thank you.
And again, once y'all, so for fall and spring, you want each semester to be 2,500 and then the full to be 5,000. And as long as you have that, you can email it to Sarah. I think somebody's sharing their screen other than Drew. Maybe. Drew, are you still? There we go.
I know, because I want to be able to explain it to you, and I'm like, I'm still confused. Let me look.
So once you already are in there, you can go from there and then test. You showed me around to a lot of places. And also, okay, he's asking about the tuition thing. Does it show up? All of these. Well, I'm not thinking 2 days ago. And it was fall. And so I told him about that. Hey, what's going on? So, yeah. Well, I told him, hey, they haven't shown up yet, and that's kind of a little bit about, but other than that, I'm fine. And he's like, oh, well, everything's kind of slow, it's on, like, not really on the list, so I'll go talk to him. He'll probably get it on. So, there's that.
Hey, Brandy?
Brenda, Taylor, do y'all have any question? Is there anything we can help with?
Yeah, so I have a quick question that just came up. Sorry, I'm like a Taylor's seat. So when they need to send in their financial aid information, do they need to send like a copy of what's been dispersed or what's been offered?
What they have accepted.
What you have accepted, Faith. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. So what they have accepted.
Right, because you know, 'cause we get the official cost of attendance from UNT, and then we just have to compare their financial aid forms with the, you know, the need and see what the need is. And so hopefully, if they don't take out a bunch of loans, then they'll qualify for the full 5,000.
I gotcha. Gotcha. And we always need to remind them to take the ETV and stuff first before loans. Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
We're always like, waiver, yes, that's automatic, but grants.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. We're still kind of sweeping the room. We're almost ready, I think. Sorry, y'all.
No problem.
Yes, Sam. No, that's okay. Got one more question. No, it's okay. So let me ask this question too. So Brandy, when they complete the budget worksheets, do they need to just like download it and print it and then scan it back to Sarah?
They technically, I don't think even really need to print it. If they can just send it filled out online, they can just email it directly to her.
Okay.
I don't think it requires a signature or anything.
Yeah, I think
They do need to make sure they put their name on it, and it's hard to see right there. It says youth name, like at the top of the table.
Yes.
A lot of students forget that and they'll just send send one. I guess technically she could probably trace it by the email, but just sometimes it's hard to tell after she prints it out, like, oh crap, where did this one come from?
I got you. So Sam, you can email it to Sarah.
And I put her information in the chat.
I think Faith is helping her now. I love when they help each other. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else have any questions?
So you just have to download it and save it. And then you can send it as an email.
Yeah, I guess that would be a good thing for them to make sure they save a copy.
Yeah.
Just in case.
I would say all of these documents, email them to yourself so you always have them.
Did you guys all hear what Drew just said? We'll see when Taylor comes back.
When you email these documents, CC yourself so you get them too. You can have them and you can keep them.
I think we're good to move on for now.
Hey, Taylor, did they all hear Drew just now?
No. Hey, did y'all hear Drew?
He was saying that when you email this to Sarah, CC yourself. That way you have a copy. That way, in case you need it again, you can just resend it directly from your sent folder.
So using that email that's in the chat, make sure you see
Yes.
yourself in it.
I know they were trying to cut back on all the echo, so they were turning sound down and stuff. So I wasn't sure if they were.
Is everybody good?
Yeah, it didn't look like anybody heard me.
Okay, we have people sending budget worksheets, and then I think we'll be ready to move on, you guys.
Okay, awesome.
Are they doing budget worksheets for the summer, fall, and spring right now, or just the summer?
I think just the summer. Y'all are doing budget worksheets just for summer, right? And then y'all are gonna go back and do fall. Yeah.
Right.
I think they're just doing summer. Yeah.
We just wanted to keep it from getting confusing.
Yes. Like doing.
By the way, Brenda, Sarah says hello.
Oh, tell her I said hello back. Hope that she's doing well. Thank y'all so much. In our awkward little computer lab.
Well, no, this is actually awesome. This is the biggest one we've had so far, but I think it's because you guys have them all rounded up and kind of trapped.
We do have them rounded up and trapped. Ugh, I feel trapped in my nap. Quick question. The ETV training link that you sent out for liaisons, would that be appropriate for students too? Would that be helpful for them?
For Remind or?
Didn't you send out a like an ETV training link or something for liaisons recently? The one that we're sending around?
But like to schedule a training or like for reminders or?
Well, maybe it was the Remind thing.
And yeah, I do. Their code is at ETV21. I can put that in the thing.
Okay. Because honestly,
Let me just put the picture.
So I was assuming it was like a training video.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
no.
Do I know what I'm talking about is the question.
Did you receive it in a text or an email?
Oh goodness. I think it's one that was like sent out to Reach.
Oh, I wonder if you're talking about Drew, like they had Drew do a promotional video. It's like a less than a minute, and it's just him talking, like explaining kind of what ETV is.
Okay.
It was literally like less than a minute.
Okay. Well,
If maybe it was that one, but I don't. That's why I'm not sure. We've done so many that like just different things and then recordings, and so it's kind of hard to remember.
that's exactly what it is because Celeste, I think, forwarded it to the Texas Alliance for Child and Family Services.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
What it is, and then Sheila forwarded it to all of the rich people.
So where did that go to? Did they post it somewhere? Because we've been curious as to where it went.
Well, it looks like Celeste sent it to Katie Oltz at the Texas Alliance for Child and Family Services, and then Katie, one of my friends, you know Sheila Bustillos, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
So Sheila works at the Texas Alliance, and so she forwarded it to all the board members for reach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We didn't know if it got posted somewhere or they didn't really, our organization didn't really talk to us about it. So we had no clue what it was for or what we were doing.
Well, I'm gonna flag it to watch it later, and then but I can maybe post it on our website. I mean, you know, if it's a helpful thing for the students, that might be kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I'll be honest. I don't really know that there's anything in there that's, because it doesn't really talk about, maybe it says our website, but when Drew and I looked at it, because see, that was the thing. We didn't even know they sent it out, but when Drew and I looked at it, it didn't even have our contact information in there. And it doesn't really talk about how to apply. It's literally just saying like, if you were previously in foster care, did you know you could get up to $5,000 a school year with Texas ETV? And then it says like contact us, but it doesn't really have contact information. And so I don't know if but we don't know if they changed it since Drew and I saw it. Because when we saw it, we gave them feedback saying, well, there's kind of stuff missing. And yeah, so I don't know that. I mean, y'all could put it on your website, but I don't really know that it has like that. It's more just saying go to our website and apply if you qualify.
I got you. Okay, well, it might be a good reminder for us to put on our group or something. I'll take a look
Right.
and figure out what to do with it.
And then I just put in the chat if any of your students want to sign up for Remind. And to be honest, I think Faith might already be on that list, or she was already sent an invite. That they can either go to the website and join class ETV 21, or they can text at ETV 21 to 81010 to join the reminder thing.
Right, for when applications are due. Did y'all hear that? So in the chat, she has put the text, like if you text them, it's a remind thing, and so they will remind you when you're supposed to update your ETV location each semester, which is super helpful. All right. Are we ready to move on, you guys? Are y'all feeling pretty good? I think they're ready, Brandy.
Okay, Drew.
Okay. Let's go to the next form. So you're going to go back to texasetv.com. And you're going to go back to important ETV documents. And
don't worry, guys, this one's going to be so much easier.
Yeah. The next document you're going to fill out is the request of funds. So let's see. Here's an example. You guys go ahead and click on the request of funds form. I'm just showing you the example. And with this one, this is basically just to tell us who the funds are going to, where they need to be sent, and what the funds are for. So is anyone planning for these funds to go towards rent or utilities for the summer? No. Okay,
No.
good. Okay, so all of these funds will be released to you. So you're going to put your name and your social security number at the top. And then on this request of funds form, you are going to want to put the address that you want the check sent to. So if you're not sure of that yet, maybe you want to hold off on this form and you can just fill out everything else. So if you're not sure about the address, I guess just leave that blank for now. And then at the bottom here, this is basically telling us what the funds are going to be used for. So you're going to put release of funds in that description of goods. And that's just saying they're releasing the funds to you. You're going to put today's date. And then the amount, you're going to put that $1,666.66.
And pretty much, if you are in the SIL for fall, this is exactly how it's going to go for fall as well. It's going to be just a release of funds to you. If you're in that extended foster care category and doing that. So Taylor or Brenda, do I see 7 students on the call?
Probably 6. I think 6.
Jada, is there anything we can help you with?
Who is?
You might need to unmute yourself though for us to hear you. Sorry.
My bad. Can you tell me who the ETV coordinator is?
That's going to be, I don't think you have to put that on there, but it's going to be Sarah. You're not having to put that on your request of funds, right?
That's what it says.
Oh, no, that's approved by, so that's for the office is used only. So don't worry about the bottom part.
Oh, okay.
But Sarah will be your coordinator.
So I
Any
only have
other?
to put my name and my number, or what?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, just on that. Once you get to your name and phone number at the bottom, you're done.
Okay.
Does anyone else have any questions, Drew, or I could help with? You can unmute yourself or put it in the chat.
Is there anything we need to put in the description of goods box, like the date, amount, or?
It just needs to say request of funds for summer 2020.
Okay.
And then the 166666 in the amount column. Does anyone else have any questions that Drew or I could help with?
Brandy?
Yes.
Okay. It looked like we lost everybody, but everybody's still there, right?
Oh, yeah, I actually muted Taylor so it would stop on the echo.
Okay.
Because I think
Everybody.
that's why it was echoing when Jada was asking her question.
Oh, okay.
And I can unmute it back. I just did that so it wouldn't.
No, on my end, everybody froze and then disappeared.
Oh, I don't know. I can see all of them.
Yeah, now that everybody's coming back slowly, but it's still frozen.
Kind of weird though. I can't unmute people. Usually I can. I feel bad. I feel like Brenda and Taylor are running around like everywhere.
Right, like
Normally
we're
that
supposed
would
to be.
be me and you.
Yeah.
Taylor, and I'm sorry, you're muted. So
Sorry, did we miss something important? They were just having some issues downloading it onto their desktop and opening it up to edit.
no problem. I had muted yours just so that because Jada was asking a question so that it wouldn't have the echo, but then I didn't realize once I muted you that I wouldn't be able to unmute you. So, and then, anyone who wants to unmute, and if Drew and I can answer the question, we will. Just let us know.
Okay, we'll do. I'll mute myself for now, and then that way they can unmute themselves with questions they have.
Someone asked, what do they do after they're done?
So once you're done with your request of funds for summer, you would again email that to Sarah. Then does everybody have their financial aid documents for summer and for fall? Or do you know how to get those? I will say if you have your financial aid documents or you know how to get them, you can go ahead and send those to Sarah as well as your class schedules for both summer and fall. If you need help getting those and there's not someone available, you are always welcome to go back to the application and start filling one out for fall for basically next school year. So those are some of the things y'all can work on right now if you're waiting on someone to come by and help or if you're just waiting. So you can turn in your financial aid documents showing what you've accepted for both summer and for next school year. You can turn in your class schedules for summer and for next school year. All of this is going to go to Sarah. Did you guys all have your tuition and fee waivers from PAL? If you had your tuition and fee waiver, that's going to need to get sent to Sarah as well. Here, I'm going to kind of make a little quick list in the chat real quick.
What financial aid documents do we need to send?
It would be what showing what you accepted. So you probably would have received it in a letter form from the school, but it's also in your online portal with UNT. So you can go into there, pull that up, and you can print the screen, or if they have where you can download it, and you can send that to Sarah as well for both summer and for fall. And then also your class schedule, again, for summer and for fall. And then the last two documents I put there in the chat, the tuition and fee waiver and verification of eligibility. We'll need to get that from DFPS PAL. So some of you might have it already. So really quick, if you need a tuition and fee waiver, if you don't have yours already, can you put your name in the chat box? And I'm going to add it to the email for Rebecca Daniels so that she can get that to you. If you need your tuition and fee waiver and you don't have it already. Okay, so everybody has their tuition and fee waiver?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so make sure you send a copy to Sarah. Then does everybody have their verification of eligibility? If you need a verification of eligibility, then go ahead and put your name in the chat box right now.
Lydia, is there anything we can help with? No?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
You know, that's so weird with everybody muted that there's such a bad echo. So I figured if there was just one turned on, it wouldn't echo, but it is. You know, I didn't think about it. It's the computer. It's echoing because of the computers, not because of whether they're muted or not. Okay, so I have Robert needs a verification of eligibility. Anybody else?
What's verification of eligibility?
So we need to get, if you don't have one, we just need to get it from DFPS PAL, and that's not a problem. So if you don't have a copy, it's a form that we get from them. So if you don't have one, just put your name right there in the, because I'm sorry, I didn't see who was talking. Just put your name right there in the chat box, and I'll contact Rebecca Daniels and let her know that we need to get your verification of eligibility.
Faith, you're good because you've already accessed ETV, so yours is already on file.
Oh, yes, true. So,
Okay, I was confused.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're good.
does anyone else need their verification of eligibility? I have Robert, Jada, and Bailey. If anyone else needs it, just go ahead and put your name in the chat box and I'll add you to the email. So again, I put there in the chat box that if you're all done with your budget worksheet and request of funds for summer, some of the other things that Sarah will need, again, your financial aid form showing what you accepted for both summer and for this coming school year. Also, your class schedule for summer and this coming fall. And then, of course, if you guys all have your tuition and fee waiver, just make sure you send that to Sarah. You'll also get an email from her as well saying what all you need. And then also the verification of eligibility. I just emailed Rebecca Daniels for those three that put your name there. And then you are welcome to, if you feel confident enough, you can go back to the application. This time you're going to do the updated application, sign in, and you're going to start the application for fall and spring for this coming school year. Is there anything that anybody needs help with? Has everybody been able to turn in, other than maybe the verification of eligibility, has everybody been able to turn in everything else to Sarah or understand what you need to do for summer?
I think they're getting it. For my mind, they needed to hand in their anticipated aid, proof of anticipated aid, and their budget sheet, and their tuition and fee waiver, and there's another one.
So there were the two documents that Drew went over with them to fill out, which was the budget worksheet and request of funds. Then they need their financial aid showing what they accepted. And of course, this is going to be both for summer and for the 2021 school year. All of these documents. So the financial aid award letter and the class schedule showing that they're taking at least 6 hours. And then if this is their first time applying, they need to turn in their tuition and fee waiver and verification of eligibility, but they only have to turn that in once. Once Sarah gets those, they don't ever have to turn that in again.
Okay.
And I did put it in the chat, other than the request of funds and budget worksheet.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't see that.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, cool.
And then if they're all done with summer, or as done as they can be with summer, they can then go ahead and start to fill out the application and stuff for fall and spring. And I don't know how much time you guys all have. Like, I don't know when this is over. Because if it's something that they're not going to be able to finish today, that's fine. We can wrap up whenever you guys need us to.
Okay.
But we can sit here as long as they need us to answer questions and to help with any other documents.
So I want to answer questions now, because I think we have to leave this computer lab at 5.
Okay.
Does anybody have any questions?
So basically, fall and for this coming school year, it's going to be the same thing. You're just going to put everything for fall and spring, and it's going to be 2 semesters instead of the 1. You'll be getting $2,500 per semester if you're doing fall and spring, to add up to $5,000. And again, once we get those 2 documents from PAL, you won't ever have to turn those in again. Then it's just the other 4: the financial aid form, class schedule, and the request of funds and the budget worksheet. And Drew and I, we have our contact information over our shoulder. You are welcome to take down our phone numbers and our email addresses. You can contact either one of us if you have questions about filling out your fall or spring forms. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry. I just got the visual of how big I am on some people's screens. And so now, like, I want to move away from the screen because I didn't realize I was like the primary thing. Anyway, but you guys are welcome to contact Drew and I if you have any questions about doing all your fall stuff. But once you've turned in stuff and you're having questions about your application, you really do need to call Sarah and talk to her, because she's going to be the one who has access to your files and knows what's going on. That's why I had her and Faith talk earlier, just because I wanted to make sure Faith got absolutely the best information about her application that was already there. But if you are filling your applications out and you need help with the documents, Drew and I are here. Just let us know.
And you got the most urgent thing out of the way today. You got the summer application in, so that's in. Now you have time to get in your documents. Just don't forget to go back and update your application for the fall and the spring.
Absolutely. Oh,
Yeah, I think that's all the speakers on the computers, so it echoes really bad. So any questions, guys, before 5 o'clock?
Brandy, that was super helpful. Thank you so much.
No problem. And I don't know if we need to do another one so that they can do fall and spring, or if everybody feels a bit comfortable with it now, but just let us know. I mean, we can even get on one of these calls one-on-one with someone if they're needing help. So just let us know.
Well, you guys are amazing, and I thank you for your patience and just all the great information and walking us through something that like is mind-boggling every time we do it. We think y'all are like the smartest people in the world.
No.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
No problem. And so there were 7 students on the call today. Is that right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Technically 8, but some of them weren't eligible.
Okay. Well, for anyone any of the students that participated today, I'm gonna send you guys a goodie bag. We have some cool like techie stuff in there for y'all. We have some like Bluetooth tracker things, kind of like the tiles where you can like put in a bag or something like that. And if it moves or you need to find it, you can track it. But we have some little backpacks and some other things for you guys. So I guess Brenda or Taylor, if y'all want to just let us know where to send them. And we'll send you professionals some trackers too.
Oh, thank you.
I lose everything.
I know, right? We need all the help we can get over here.
Yeah.
For sure. Well,
So,
thank you.
We'll send you guys your goodie bags, so be on the lookout. But I am waiting on some of it to actually physically get shipped to me. So as soon as it's to me, then I'll package it up and I'll get it to you guys.
Awesome. You were probably going to give that away at Reach this year, weren't you?
Actually, it's stuff that we normally hand out. I had brought stuff last year and handed it out when I was there. We just have to ship it now.
Yeah, I know, right? I just can't wait till the world gets back to normal.
Yeah.
Mention one thing to her. I was in BCFS for years.
Oh, cool. Did you hear that, Brandy?
So he was with BCFS for years?
Yeah.
I was a client there for years.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which office?
Their articles or whatever, one of the magazines.
Oh, that's cool. He said that they published him in one of their magazines.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay.
Did you know which office she said?
Where were you
The
at?
Abilene, Texas one.
Abilene.
Abilene? Okay.
Cool.
Were you one of the students of the year or something like that?
I don't know what the exact description was.
Okay.
It was in their yearly magazine.
Gotcha.
We're with someone famous.
Who knew?
Yeah.
I knew. We're in the presence.
Pretty cool.
The presence of greatness in here. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, friends. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. And I'll get this video loaded to like YouTube and share it with you guys.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Good luck. Good luck with the schooling.
All right.
All
Appreciate
right.
both you guys.
Bye.
All right.
All right. There we go. I was like, stop recording.